Hello everyone. As usual, we begin with the news. First off, yes, this week was huge for astronomers worldwide. First, last Monday was the 40th anniversary of the moon landing, prompting a reprint of the front page of the New York Times from 1969. And guess what? If you look at the weather, it was raining then, too. Next, a comet slammed into Jupiter, leaving an Earth-sized gash in the planet's surface. It has now been deemed a bruise heard round the world, as astronomers everywhere sought to see the black spot. All I can say is, I'm glad it wasn't Earth that comet hit, because I think we wouldn't have gotten away with just a black splotch. Finally, Asia saw the longest solar eclipse scheduled for this century, making it a historical week for astronomy. This week, the New York Times also had a feature story about the famed Dr. Tiller. He was an abortion doctor who was especially famous for the 4,800 late-term abortions that he performed. He was faced with multiple suits, death threats, and protests staged outside his clinic, until finally he was shot in his church on May 31st. Now, I of course think that this was an abhorrent thing to do, and my most sincere condolences to his family and friends, but I just can't agree with this argument that many have been making, that the pro-lifers are hypocrites because they support saving a fetus, but are ready to murder a living person. But I think that there isn't really a conflict there. I mean, on the one hand, you've got an innocent baby or fetus, and then on the other, you've got a so-called murderer. So while I certainly feel that the killing of Dr. Tiller was absolutely wrong, I really can't accept the argument that it was hypocritical. Alright, now a little bit of housekeeping. I think that we should adopt the rule that the detective proposed, that everybody has to sign their comments. And speaking of the detective, somebody didn't do their video this week, so your punishment is that you have to pie yourself in the face on camera. And I don't care what kind of pie it is. Okay, so what I want to kill this week. Fairway. Reason number 1. It is so crowded. We weren't even there on a weekend. We were there today, a Monday afternoon. And people were just elbow to elbow. You couldn't move. And then you bump into someone and they start cursing at you. It was awful. Reason number 2. It's so badly designed because the aisles are only big enough to barely fit 2 carts. So there are traffic jams everywhere. You can't move. Reason number 3. There are about 4 jillion different brands, so it takes forever to decide. And then, if you're looking for a specific brand, you can never find it. So, you know, I work with, I volunteer with seniors, and one of the things that we do is we teach seniors how to use a computer. And just today, I had this sort of, I guess, eye-opening experience of kind of how much we take for granted and how hard it is to learn the computer, because I was showing the senior how to use a computer and she'd never used one before in her life. And it was like, okay, this is a mouse, and when you move it like this, see that little arrow on the screen? That's going to move with it. Like, it was so basic, and when you say, okay, now we click on it to open a window, she'd go, what? Open a window? Like, what are you talking about? So it was a really cool but weird experience that I rather enjoyed. So that's all for today.